This is Corey McCarthy, and welcome to a new episode of Fit, Formidable, and Fantastic. That's right. Go F yourself, and happy Friday. This episode I'm going to do a bit of a talk from the heart. It's, again, a bit of a motivational episode, my thoughts on something. So if that's not your cup of tea, if you're looking for more training and science-oriented videos, nutrition-oriented videos, then I guess this episode isn't for you. But some of you might get something out of this. I'm actually doing this because someone I know is sort of, I think, needs to hear this. Has already heard it from me, but I'm putting it out there in video as well so other people can benefit from it as well. And that is something that everyone is looking for, and that is happiness. And my take on how one can become happy, where one should look for happiness, etc., etc. How I feel and how I've found in my life that one can obtain happiness. Now, I'm a little tired here. I just got back from the gym. I actually just finished the session, so that's why I'm still in gym gear. So bear with me a little bit here with this episode. I'm going to start out by saying right up that happiness is something that has to come from within. I'm a firm believer that happiness comes from within, not without. In other words, you're not going to find happiness by owning, material possessions or collecting lots of money or, things like that. These are things that might be able to occupy you, might be able to satisfy some kind of a want, etc., etc., but they're not going to make you happy. If that was the case, there are a lot of people out there, for instance, that are uber rich. We're talking about millionaires, billionaires, and they're extremely unhappy. A lot of them are extremely unhappy. I'm talking about this at least from my own observation. In the part of the business world where I have worked since I'd say at least 2006-ish, amongst people who are some of your top tier earners. And a lot of them are in therapy. A lot of them have problems. I'm not going to name names or go into any details. And I'm talking about a long stretch of time since I began really working in this industry. But the point is, I've observed people who are, actual billionaires who are just, they have problems like everybody else. And some have more problems, I guess, that come with the money. But the point is that happiness, money and material things and owning multiple homes and yachts and cars and et cetera, didn't alleviate problems in their lives. It didn't just suddenly make them happier. If anything, they seem to have the same problems that I have and everybody else has. And their own problems, but the same kinds of problems, human problems. So they're not necessarily happier. So my belief is, because I consider myself to be a happy person by and large. I'm human, so I'm not happy all the time. Some things may upset me, whatever. But I think by and large, I feel very content with my life, with where I am and where I'm going and my dreams and all that. And that is that I feel that happiness, again, comes from within. That means you have to love yourself, have self-belief. If you can't, I'm just going to put this out there too for people who are out there looking for a relationship or sustainable friendships, etc., a passionate career, etc., etc. If you can't love yourself, if you can't believe in yourself, I don't believe that you will be able to feel passion outwardly for other things also until you fix what's on the inside. I don't want to sound like a hippie here, but I do believe that when you love yourself, when you believe in yourself, when you have that inner strength and conviction and passion, that will then trickle out to everything else. That energy will be felt by others. You'll be able to love someone else if you want a relationship because you know how to love yourself. You have confidence in yourself and belief in yourself, and you have self-worth that you recognize. And that, believe me, people will notice that. People notice confidence. People notice people who can't be walked over because they have that dignity and that self-worth. So you've got to reach inside. You've got to find happiness within. So for instance, all these people, I'm sorry about these tangents here, I'm just kind of going off the head and out of the heart here. All these people who go looking for self-help books, self-help programs, etc., if they aren't able to fix whatever it is on the inside that's keeping them, preventing them from being happy, from having self-belief, etc., then no amount of exercises that they do, how to get rich quick, or how to find your perfect job, or how to find your perfect mate, etc., all these external things, aren't. It's like it's not going to find them happiness. They're going to have the same old problems with all these external things that they may not even fully appreciate because they're so torn up on the inside. So the takeaways here is that you've got to find happiness within first. You've got to have self-belief. You've got to have self-dignity. You've got to have, you've got to realize your self-worth. And I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not going to be able to tell you how to do that. And it's different for everybody, I'm sure. But take it from somebody who went through rough things in childhood, rough things in my teenage years, without elaborating too much, but some pretty rough stuff, and was at one time extremely depressed in my teens and early 20s. Take it from somebody like that who just switched everything around, that you can do it. You can, repair anything you have that you feel is damaged on the inside, to bring out that self-belief, to bring out that happiness from within, that conviction, that passion, that fire inside. And once you do that, once you are content with yourself, where you are, where you're going, and you've made peace, perhaps, with anything in your past, then your life will begin to blossom and begin to grow. This is just my feelings on the matter. So, take it as you will. Agree with me or disagree with me, or, brush off what I'm saying. But that's my feelings on the matter. If you want to be happy, search within first. That's it. Anything you want to add to this, or you want to discuss? Again, I'm really tired. I apologize if this is a bit disjointed or whatever. My head is swimming after a really tough chest and back workout. So anyway, drop those comments below, and I will see you guys on Monday for a regularly scheduled episode. Until then, stay fit, stay formidable, and stay fantastic. See you around.